There's the age-old question of what's more important, the health of the mind or the health of the body. Is it better to get your mental health in order or to get your physical health in order? Go to the gym, work out. You have some people that will argue that physical is more important than mental. Now the truth is that, just like I say with a number of items, balance is the key to everything. It's important to have a good balance of both physical and mental health. But what comes first? Another chicken or the egg scenario. The truth is, it doesn't matter which comes first. Just like the chicken or the egg scenario, it doesn't matter. It just is what it is. Balance for both, and it'll be different for everybody. Now, I can argue in order to put focus on your physical health, that takes mental strength. Everybody says, oh, you just need to get up and go to the gym. Well, that's a mental health problem. That is a mental health scenario where you have to have the determination, you have to have the mental capacity to convince yourself to get up and go. So while I say it doesn't matter, I'm pointing to the opposite because it seems that mental health, to me at least, is more important. Now there's another aspect to this, because it wasn't until I strengthened my mental health and put more focus on my mental health that I learned so much more about my body. Because by putting effort and putting a conscious plan forward to strengthen my mental health, I inadvertently learned so much more about my physical health than I ever could by going to the gym or working out or going for walks. But I learned a lot about my mental health going for walks. But I need to have the mental health to convince myself to go for walks. I could keep focusing on what comes first, and I can go back and forth on that all I want. But all that does is distract me from actually doing. What I learned is that a lot of complications in our lives, a lot of misunderstanding of our bodies and our feelings, both physical and mental, have been simplified to a point that makes it harder to deal with because we've oversimplified something that is a lot more complicated. For instance, saying you're lazy, you're a procrastinator, saying you're bored, saying you're on edge because you're bored, you're saying you're restless because you're bored, saying you're in a bad mood because you're hungry, saying you're hungry when you're bored. But once I learned more about myself and my issues, I started to realize more about my body, that I could say, I'm not hungry. I'm just not happy with doing nothing at this moment. It's not boredom that's making me turn to eating. I'm seeking comfort because I'm uncomfortable with what I'm doing in the current situation. Even something as simple as whether I choose to drink a glass of water or crack open a can of pop. I have made more conscious choices in the last few months to have a glass of water. I've actually pulled out a can of pop and put it away to pour a glass of water because I understand the mental side of what's going on in my head and in my body, and I can understand what feeling I'm seeking or what feeling I'm looking at suppressing by choosing the can of pop over the glass of water. So it's not a simple concept. You're not bored. You're not hungry. You're not upset because you're hungry. You're not restless because you're bored. Your body is telling you something. You're not seeking out food because of hunger or because of a craving or because of an addiction. You're seeking it out because it's a means of comfort. It's a means of suppressing something that's hitting you a lot deeper, and we're simplifying it to a point that it never gets dealt with. So although I said at the beginning that, it doesn't matter what comes first, I think it's more effective to deal with the mental health portion first, so that you learn about, it's all connected. You learn about your brain, you learn about your body. Your brain is feeding you the information. If you have stomach aches, heartburn, acid reflux, any type of issue with your body, that is your brain telling your body to do these things. It's talking to you. It's telling you something's wrong. So just simply skipping to the physical health portion is not dealing with the root of the issue and understanding why and what you are doing to yourself. If you understand why you are doing something, if you understand what you are doing to yourself, then you can understand what you need to do to get better.